Hey guys, Exotic Dan here. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I am going to be doing another video in a series where I, as a Canadian, react to and learn things about Australia. So in this video, I am going to be reacting to some Australian public service announcements. Now here in Canada, we've had a few nightmare-inducing PSAs, which were basically around workplace safety, following work safe protocols, basically refusing unsafe work, following workplace protocols, also just making safe choices in general as well, like not driving under the influence. So yeah. It turns out that Australia also has a whole bunch of PSAs that I missed out on growing up. Just to let you guys know, there was a content warning at the beginning of this compilation. So some of these videos in this compilation are a little bit graphic. So if you are not okay with these types of videos or are not comfortable with, I guess, graphic commercials, I would suggest that you do not watch this video because there was a warning at the beginning of this video, basically saying that there were that some of the videos in here are graphic in nature. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into what PSAs are going to be in. So these are basically the top 50. I'm not going to be reacting to all 50 of them, but we're going to be reacting to quite a few of them. So yeah, anyways, I spent like almost 2 minutes talking, and so let's get into what we have in store for Australian PSAs. Let's take a look. I don't know what we're getting into. Dirt Racer. Okay.
Having fun in the sun on your new dirt racer. So many things to see, so many places to be. Fun for you and me.
Oh no.
You can't always see what's coming. 10 kilometers an hour can make a big difference.
Okay. Okay. I'm still trying to piece everything together. Oh my gosh. They showed a kid riding on their bike. Like, the commercial, like, looked, like, so happy. Like, it even had, like, cheerful music and everything. But then the kid got hit by a car. Okay. Like, I kind of saw what was kind of happening. Like, I saw the part where the kid was riding their bike on the road. But, you know, like, the parents of these kids, like, they all, like, even when I was a kid, whenever I was riding the bike, my parents would always tell me not to drive on the road because cars can come. Even if the road wasn't busy, like if it was a residential neighborhood, they would always tell me to never ride on the road. They would always take me somewhere where the bike would be safe and where my personal I guess, health and well-being would also be safe. I don't know what the proper word would be for that, but like, that is scary. And you know, like this is honestly kind of crazy. Like, this is like, I've only been through one so far, and seeing that, like, that is so intense. Like, we definitely have, like, lots of nightmare-inducing PSAs in Canada, but this is, like, completely crazy. Like, obviously they didn't show the kid getting injured by any chance. Well, they probably did, but they definitely like showed like the aftermath of it. Like the kid wasn't seen like after it all happened, but like they showed it like so like realistically that it actually made it look like the child was there. Um, Hang on, I actually want to go back. Like, was this like actually a thing? Hold up. Okay. I'm just gonna go back a tiny bit.
Running fast and free.
Like, they definitely implied it. Like, obviously, the kid isn't there, but they definitely made it like look like so realistic. Like, that's the one thing that makes this like so, terrifying, and the fact that it's, so scary. That's basically what makes it like so scary. Like, to be honest with you, I don't even know if they would show something like this so intense on Canadian television. Like, this is pretty scary. I'm honestly a little bit scared to keep going, but yeah, let's see what's next. Understand. Okay. What are we understanding? Oh no.
Dad told me when I was old enough to understand. He told me how it happened. There was a guy coming from this way. He was speeding. I understand that. Mom and Dad was coming from this way. I understand that. Guy that was coming from this way was going too fast for the corner. He was speeding and he slid across the center line. He crashed. I understand that. But it's my mom that died. That's just something I never understand.
Okay, that one definitely does make a little bit of sense. Like, this is something that, like, driving over the speed limit. That's, like, a common issue that we hear about so much. And, it's something that's honestly really scary that people actually die from. And it's honestly, like, really sad that this is, like, a reality that we live in where people just don't follow, like, the rules of the road. It's really, really sad. But, yeah, it's just something that it's just one of those really unfortunate things that we live in a world like this. Horsepower. Okay, I don't know what we're going to be expecting here.
The train's engine is over 1,000 horsepower. Think about that before you cross the tracks. Stop for trains and trams.
Okay. That one was honestly pretty terrifying. So, yeah. But, to be honest, walking on railways, like an active railway, like, it's very common that stuff like this happens, but if you're like somebody who's gonna be like running on a railway or even walking on one in general, like, you have to like think of the considerations that can go wrong with it. Like, there's like so many things that can go wrong if you decide to run or even walk on a railway. Like, you're putting your whole entire life at risk just for walking on a railway system, like an active one at that. Haunted. That's the next one we're looking at. Okay.
Maybe making your drink.
Alright, I'll make my lunch and I'll make your lunch too.
Tea, lemon, benefits of
I need to shoot every leader is my understanding. Prince?
Yes.
The kid's like following him wherever he goes.
Don't forget to speak.
On, Dad.
Be there in a minute.
What are they trying to show here?
Chris, have you had any alcohol drink today?
Just had a couple of beers.
Fluid breast test indicates that your breast contains alcohol. There's one other thing, I'm not sure whether you're aware. Are you aware that
Are
the
they
young fella has in fact
trying
died?
to imply that the
You aware of that, were you,
car?
Chris?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I'm just gonna go back a little bit. Like, I understand, like, the message for it, but if you're gonna be drinking and driving, like, under the influence, you're putting so much at risk. You're not only putting your own life at risk, but you're putting the lives of others at risk. And you know, like, people who get who are part of these accidents, you know, like, it can have life-changing effects on the individual and the relatives and the family like the family members and the friends of that individual who was affected. Like, people who like the people who've been part of these, like, who have been part of, like, who were affected by well, I don't know if affected would be the right word, but people who were, like, injured by these types of things, a lot of them come out of hospital with life-changing injuries, and, you know, these injuries will sometimes never heal, and they also just yeah, like, the injuries that they come out with, they'll never heal, and some people don't even make it out alive, which is really sad, and it's honestly, like, a lot to take in for like the families and the relatives of the individual who was affected, you know. But yeah, it's definitely, like, a common problem, and it's very unfortunate that people actually still do this. Like, if you're doing this type of stuff, you already know, like, what the effects are. Like, I remember when I was in school, they started showing these types of presentations about impaired driving ever since I was in grade 7, and they kept on showing it every single year until I was done school. I don't know if they do this, like, in all schools across Canada, but I do know that it definitely happened at my school. But yeah, it's something that is, and, you know, it's something that happens quite frequently, and it's something that still happens today, and it's really unfortunate that there's people who actually do this and don't understand the consequences behind it. because you're putting so many lives at risk when you do that, and it's I don't really know. Like that one is like when people do that type of stuff, it kind of frustrates me, to be honest, because you know like the type of stuff that's gonna happen if you do it. Uncle Mark, and this is from the Alcohol Advisory Council. Okay.
Can I hold it?
Oh no.
Photographs?
No. I can already see where this is probably going. Yeah.
No, you're right.
He literally... Oh my gosh. Like, what he did was he grabbed the child's hand. Like, what he did was he had two hands. One hand was grabbing onto his arm. The other one was grabbing onto his leg. He was under the influence of alcohol, I believe. I believe that's what it was he was drinking. I'm pretty sure. But we can pretty much guarantee that it was probably alcohol just by looking at it. But what he did was he was under the influence, grabbed the child by the hand, maybe the arm, I'm not too sure, with one hand, and then the leg or the foot by the other. And he was swinging him around while under the influence. His head hit this piece of furniture, and the child either got seriously injured or possibly even killed. Like, and this was solely on the uncle. If you have kids and they're asking you to swing them around and you've been drinking, you have to think of the consequences. Like, seriously. Like, you have to be like you have to like not have like any in your system at all if you're gonna be swinging a kid around. That is, if they're asking to be swung around. And you know, as kids, that's something that kids really love to have. Like, I can't remember if I enjoyed it when I was younger, but I do know that there are a lot of kids who really enjoy that, and then like, and a lot of kids really like to have the adults in their families to swing them around, because you know that's one way that they show love, and showing that, and basically showing that you are not capable of doing that because you're under the influence. You're like literally turning, like you literally have trouble walking, you have trouble with your balance, like you can't even like walk properly. Like, if you have any of those symptoms, you really have to think about the consequences that could have on your family. And you really gotta make smart choices if you are even gonna be doing stuff like this, because a child can only handle like so much, and with the weight of how that child's head hit the bookshelf, he probably could have had like brain damage, or even could have died from that. Like, that's, and yeah, it can definitely like ruin a relationship between relatives, you know. Like, I don't blame the lady in that commercial for telling the uncle to get out. Like, that's honestly like one of the most infuriating things to like ever deal with, and the consequences that you and the choices you make can have really big consequences on the people around you. Flying objects. Okay.
In a crash, whatever your speed, the car stops, but everything inside keeps moving.
Yeah. That is true.
It's the same inside your body.
Yep. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Even with the best protection, you're still vulnerable.
Yep. That is true. Yes, that is honestly like a really true PSA. Like, the fact that that car crashes still happen today. Like I've known people who have been in car crashes. Some people survived, some people haven't. And you know, even with the best protection, like with seatbelt, sitting in a proper position, it can still have like big effects on you no matter what. Even with airbags and everything. Like, it causes like that commercial literally explained everything so well. And yeah, they are right about that. Everything that is in the car will still move. Like, anything that is loose, it will move. So, if you have like a phone laying out open in your car, that's gonna go flying. Like in that commercial. If you have a video game system that's just lying around in the open, that's gonna fly. If you have any sort of food or drink like lying around in the car, that's gonna fly. Like, that is true. Like, even the parts, like even like your like even like the like your organs, like your brain and stuff, that moves as well. Because when you crash, your body moves forward in the direction of the crash, and even after the crash, it still leaves you in a vulnerable position where you could either be seriously injured or have injuries that can never heal or even possibly die from them. So yeah, it's something that does happen quite a bit, and it's unfortunate that these are things that still happen. And I do know that car crashes are pretty frequent, and there are people who actually haven't made it out of car crashes alive. And I do know people who have been involved in car crashes. Mum in a hurry. Okay.
Quickly into the car, help one of them into the seat. Should I go to Kinder Call and let them know you'll be late? No, it's fine. See you soon.
Why are you so angry, Bobby?
I'm sorry, darling, I'm not really angry. We're just in a hurry to pick up Sam.
Is Sammy waiting for us?
Yes, he is.
Is this car driving fast?
Where are we going?
It's just a different way, darling. Let's be quicker.
No! Oh my gosh. No.
Are we already there yet?
Yes, we are.
Oh no! No!
Scotty! Scotty!
this is a very realistic thing that happens. They showed a kid like literally getting run over. Like, this is definitely a lot more scarier than the first one that I saw about the kid riding on the bike and then getting hit by a car. Like, this one, they actually showed the kid getting run over. Like, they showed the kid getting run over. Like, this is honestly like a really graphic commercial. I honestly, like, this is so graphic to where I don't even think they would show this in Canada. Like, that's how graphic I believe, like, this is, like, really is. Okay, the next one. Urban Speed. Oh no. Driving over the speed limit again?
If he was doing 50, he would have stopped here. But he wasn't.
Yes, that is really true. Yes, speeding definitely has its consequences. 100% all the way. Like, speeding not only puts yourself at risk, but it also puts so many other people's lives at risk as well. Because there's people who don't really understand that. Because, you know, there's still hazards on the road, even if it looks like there may be nobody, like, crossing the street at the moment. You know, like, there's still, like they saw that, like in that commercial, there was a cyclist, there was somebody getting out of the car. Like, those are still hazards that people still have to, like, you know, watch out for. So, yeah, Beth, and this is from WorkPlay, or WorkSafe. Okay. That kid did not look happy in that commercial. Is there something about... Oh. I honestly didn't know that. So was her, like, eye impacted by an accident?
You remember that? Yeah.
What happened exactly? Oh. Okay, that one terrified me. Yes, there are actually people who don't really know, like, the dangers behind, like, some workplace aspects. And, you know, you do have the right to, like, say no to unsafe work, and you also do have the right to ask if you're unsure about something. So yeah, that's definitely something pretty common, to say the least. So yeah, I can definitely see that one being definitely a little bit relatable. Beach Road. Well, to be honest, I never really had anything like that happen to me. But I did have boiling hot water splash onto my arms. Now let me tell you, that was painful, but that is nowhere close to what this lady had to go through. But yeah, that's definitely pretty scary to say the least. Beach Road. That's the one that we're watching next. Let's see what this is all about. Oh
Yes,
no.
Manager, I just put that thing in the research model. Who's driving the car?
Oh no.
Last weekend, roughly 80. Okay. Hold up time for me.
I'm in 90 in the 60 zone.
The traffic was doing about 80. You can't get through there, thickheads. The faster you drive, the harder you hit, and the more damage that you do.
Yes, that is true.
Suggest that you were traveling well in excess of 60. I'm going to get someone who's responsible. I think you realise the young lade's died. It's speed. You can't call this an accident. That guy's got to live with this for the rest of his life. Don't fool yourself. Speed kills.
Oh no. Yeah, that one's definitely pretty heartbreaking to say the least. There is, unfortunately, situations where stuff like that happens, where a child gets killed and the parents know that the kid's not going to be coming home. Like, that's like the most heartbreaking thing for a parent to ever have to go through, and it's something that no parent should ever have to go through. And it's really unfortunate that there's like situations like that where stuff like that actually happens. And it's really sad because when a child dies, like, there's like so much potential that they haven't, have achieved yet. Like, depending on how young they are, like, there's still high school that they have to go through. There's graduation, deciding what you want to do after high school, like going to college, university, getting a job, getting your driver's license, and if the kid's old enough, having a partner. There's like all that stuff as well that goes into all that. Like, depending on how young you are, there's like still like so much more ahead of that person. And it's really sad when somebody dies like so young. Don't play with trains. I can already see where this is going. Oh no.
What's the hold up,
Don't be late, kids.
Train schedules can change.
I did a painting at school.
Watch for the signs and never enter a crossing unless you are absolutely sure your exit is clear. You should never assume that there's no train coming.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now, honestly, in my area, trains aren't really that common. Like the train station in my area, that's been out of service for years. I think they actually shut it down, but I do know that in other parts of the world, it is still a very common mistake that people who drive make. Like, and the thing with that is that you're unsure of what can actually happen, Like, you're in you are technically on a railroad where a train can still come in at like any section, at any second. And the fact that you just sit there and just watch it, like, like, if you're trapped and you have no way out, like, there's really no way that you can really avoid it, but yeah, you always want to stay clear of railroad tracks when you're driving, just in case a train does come, because like in the case of that big truck that we saw in that commercial, it creates a lot of blind spots, and they obviously take up more space than regular vehicles. And if you get hit by a train, and you're in a vehicle, chances are you are gonna get hit. And there's a really big possibility that you could even die from it. And the fact that there's people who don't really and the fact that there's people who underestimate the actual possibility of a train coming in is really heartbreaking, because not only are you putting yourself in a potential situation where you could possibly die, but if you have other passengers in your car, you're also putting their lives at risk as well. So that's the one thing that I think is really sad. What hurts most? Okay, I kind of have a feeling of where this might go.
I'm not totally blind, but I might as well be because I can't really do anything for myself without someone helping me. Must be a real pain to everybody, especially Mum. The thing that hurts most is that I can still see the accident. I remember all lost, and I leant down and I undid my seatbelt, and I remember sliding forward and I grabbed the directory, and then the noise. I took my hands away from my face. I could see blood.
Oh no.
I suppose I can't work out why I've been punished. Just because I undid my seatbelt for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Seatbelts are a real big lifesaver. If you're one of those people who take their seatbelts off just for a few minutes, you're putting yourself at risk in so many ways. Especially if you're on a busy highway, because you could have life-changing injuries that could affect your health and the way of how you function permanently. That's why whenever you're wearing seatbelts, you always make sure you're wearing them at all times until the vehicle comes to a complete stop. Yeah, you always want to make sure that you have your seatbelt on until the vehicle comes to a complete stop. Don't get in. I have a good idea of what this could be possibly referring to. Oh no. More of this. I already know where this is going.
What do you reckon? You know I don't trust him after he's had a few. It's easy just to go, Nick. It's only 10 minutes.
No.
Come on, Nick, yes.
No. Don't get in.
Jess, you can touch it. Give her a good smile. Try not to cry too much. You'll upset her. You've got to go. Yeah, we'll see you again. Just got to go to work. Yeah. We'll see you soon.
with brain injury. The worst thing was losing all my old friends.
Oh
I
my
wouldn't
gosh.
be like this if I just said no and not got into that car.
Yes. If somebody's under the influence, you don't get in the car. That is how injuries happen, and that's how people die. Like, how on earth do you not know, like, these are injuries that can happen and have, like, real complications on somebody? They have so much impact on people. Bones. Let's just get through this. I don't really know what to say anymore. Oh no, no. Never take off your seatbelt.
Chris, what you say?
Nothing, I'm not talking to you.
Distracted driving. And that's what happens when you don't wear a seatbelt. You go flying out of the car.
Stand up. That's it. Bring the arms
You have
forward.
to go through
Now just take
so
slow, deep
much.
breaths. Hold on. There we go. Bend your knee. Hold on, Katie. Bend your knee. Let yourself down slowly. Okay. Tomorrow it'll be fine. It'll be easier each day. I'm just so sick.
Yeah, you definitely suffer a lot of pain when you're not wearing your seatbelt. It causes a lot of injuries. And you have to go through so much to even regain some part of that mobility again. And it's honestly really sad when stuff like this happens. High rise.
When we drive fast, we don't realize the danger we're in. If you're driving at 90 kilometers per hour and you crash, the speed your body impacts is the same as falling from the first floor of a building. At 110 kilometers per hour, the impact is the same as falling from the 5th floor.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
And at 125 kilometers per hour, the impact is like falling from the 9th floor.
Yes. That is honestly a really true thing. That's honestly the message that you're delivering with a lot of these is really true. And they are right about these mistakes having really big consequences on people. I think I'm gonna stop here for now, and maybe save the others for maybe another video. So yeah, if you guys happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because I try and do videos every single day. And also, don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. And if you have any other suggestions that you would like me to react to and learn about Australia, and if you have anything that you want me to react to about Australia, or anything that you'd want me to learn about Australia, leave it down in the comments below. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!